offended you. Get a pin, just deflate the balloon so the balloon has nothing in there. So when you speak from your heart that you forgive somebody, then you deflated the air in there. So your heart is just blank, it's empty. But only filled with blood, because you need blood to live anyway. Your heart must be pumping blood for it to live. But don't keep in that line of blood system anything. Let it go. That is it. You know that if someone says something to me, I feel offended, it's okay. But I am going to struggle initially, but at the end, I am going to forgive the person from the heart. That's what the Lord wants you to do. You know that to forgive is not easy. To forgive is not easy. I didn't say it's easy. I never said it's easy. But I'm encouraging you to let go, to forgive. I struggle with it every day. So you too. But I'm here to encourage you to let go. It's not worth it. In fact, when you keep so much in mind, it causes stress too. It is very stressful. It is very stressful to keep in your heart offenses that people offended you. That's a lot to worry about. A lot to worry about. And keeping the baggage of offense against you, that's a lot of garbage in your heart, in your body. This new year, 2010, all I'm trying to do is to encourage you. You know that. Let's look at what happened between Joseph and his brothers. You know that Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. His brothers planned to kill him. They planned to put him somewhere in a hole. But eventually he may die. But they agreed to sell him to slavery. There were traders going towards Egypt, and they sold him to slavery. In Egypt, something happened. Potiphar, the wife of the king, conspired against him. She falsified that Joseph raped her. Joseph was put in prison. Something happened in the process. See, God may put you in a situation for His name to be glorified. God knew at the beginning what was going to happen to Joseph. In your present situation, the presence of God is there. Have you seen where people determined to do you harm, they did you wrong, but not knowing that, that was God's processing. They thought they did you wrong. But God is still there. What they did to you wrong, or what they cost you, eventually was turned around. And then you are favored. Joseph was favored in Egypt. Eventually, he became king. There was starvation in the land where Jacob was and his children. Jacob was the father of Joseph. Jacob had two wives, Leah and Rachel. Rachel was the mother of Joseph. And for some reason, Jacob favored Joseph. And this happened. We are experienced. Sometimes we favor one child for the other one. That's just, it's not right, but that's the truth. Parents, we favor one child over the other. Because either one child gives us less problem, and the other one just gives us complicated problems. So we in our mind, we process our mind, and we say, okay, you know what? I will favor the one that gave me less problem. That's just, it happens. So Joseph was the favorite of Jacob. And so his brothers just didn't like him. They hate him for that. They sold him to slavery. He was put in prison. But in the prison, eventually he became king. Now, there was starvation in the land where Jacob and his children were. And so he sent them to Egypt to go and get grains. See God at work. You did somebody harm, but God's still in the process. God placed Joseph where he wanted him to be here, to be the king. So his brothers came to Egypt to ask for food. Genesis 50, verse 19. Genesis 50, verse 19. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. I am in the place of God. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done. The savings of many lives." So Joseph was placed in Egypt as a king to save lives, especially those of his brothers. Amazing story. Joseph was right there at the right time, at the right location, to take vengeance against his brothers who planned to kill him and sold him to slavery. That was the momentum for Joseph. Just the momentum was just right for Joseph to seek vengeance. Whew. It was a momentum of the momentum. It was just an opportunity for Joseph to go after his brothers, to go for the jugular. Just whatever he meant to kill them, whatever he was going to do. But the power of the Holy Spirit came upon Joseph and said, "No, don't be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Don't be scared. I am in the place of God. You intended to harm me, but God's intention is for good, to accomplish what is now being done. The savings of many lives. So then, don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children." See, Joseph forgave his brothers. I'm not sure. In fact,